Hello, everyone. Welcome to Skoltech. Here we go. So please put plus in the comments if you can hear me well, if you can see me well. We will soon go ahead with our mission for today. Okay, so we gathered here today just to go through the application process, just to make you closer to Skoltech, just a little bit. Yes, okay. Today we're gonna show you how to apply for Skoltech, how to go through the application process, and I will help you with that. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Natalia Galachkina, and I'm head of admissions office here at Skoltech. And I will be your guide today. I will show you more about our application system, which is called Student Intelligent Application. So, which is briefly, we call it SIA, okay? So now I'm going to share the screen and just show you step by step how to apply. We'll share you some hacks, some tips, how to go through the whole process. So in case you guys have comments regarding the process, so feel free to post them in the comments. We will do our best. My colleagues will be answering your questions, and so by the end of this webinar, we will choose the most popular questions and I will go through them again, okay? So, but anyway, please be a little bit patient because I'm pretty sure we will cover all the questions for sure. And let me remind you once again that today we're gonna cover all the issues connected with the application, okay, with your Skoltech application. So which is like the very first step of how to apply to Skoltech, okay? So let's go ahead. So now I will start sharing my screen and just like from the very beginning. And you guys, please give me, please put plus in case you can see my shared screen. So, can you see it? So first of all, we will go just to our website, apply.skoltech.eu. So we just go to it. And here we go. So I already just started. Okay, let me start once again. So I have several applications running already, but I will sign out and we will go through it once again. So as soon as you go to apply.skoltech.eu, you're just exactly at this web page. So as I have previously told you, this is Student Intelligent Application, which is called SIA. So of course, just for our quick application, we put our name. So my name is Natalia, so I have already mentioned. Let's put my phone number. So I live in Russia, so I have Russian number, but you guys, please put your real number because it's very important for us. This is the number which we're gonna use while contacting you for several issues during the application process, okay? That's why it's like extremely important to put your real number here, okay? So don't put like any other odd numbers. Please be very attentive here. And again, the email. So please be attentive with your email. So I will put a testing email, but you guys need to put your real email, okay? Again, we will use this particular email which you specify here in order to contact with you. You will receive all the emails regarding your application status, all the tips how to proceed and how to succeed during the application process. So please make sure that this is the exactly email which you check constantly, okay? The next thing which we need to do is just to choose the program. So let's assume that I would like to apply for the master program. So I will specify here masters. In case you guys want to apply to the PhD program, so again, you need to choose here this field. So let's assume that here MSc, but in case you just wrongly have chosen the different levels, so like instead of, for example, MSc, you want PhD, but some accidentally chose MSc. So in this case, don't worry, you will be able to choose to change this level there later in the application itself, in the application form. So, and I would like to apply, let's say, to the very interesting program. What would it be? For example, one of the interesting programs is our data science program. So very interesting, and I would like to choose this one. So I'm choosing this. Again, why? If just in case during the application process, when you are inside the application form, if you guys decide to change the program, this is absolutely normal, don't worry. So you will have an opportunity to change it in the application form. So here I will specify my country of citizenship, which is Russia. So you guys feel free to specify your country. So, but again, please make sure that this country should be country of your citizenship. It means that your passport should belong to this or that country, okay? In case you just live, for example, currently, I don't know, in Singapore, but you are a Chinese citizen, for example, so you should choose here China, okay? Please pay attention to that as well, so it's very important. So the next thing, just to proceed, we have this sentence. I have read and agree to the terms. So in case you would like to see the terms, so you can just go ahead here and just look at them and just to see all the details and give your consent for personal data processing, which is very important as well. So I have read those terms many times, so I will not spend here a lot of time. I will just put a tick here in this box and I will proceed. So let's see what happens next. So here we go to our application form. But just for you to get more familiar with the system, we have prepared some like helpful cards for you. So here you can find some tips how to proceed with your application. Yeah, just in case you miss this webinar or something, so you will be able here get more details how to be here. So if you want to have this tour, so you can get it. Just go through all these tips and some helpful information. But anyway, we will not spend much time here. We will proceed because I will now guide you here as well. But just in case you forgot something, so you can always get here the details just for you to know. So let's just close this part and here we go. We are inside of our app. This is the very important part of your application process. And again, I will repeat it many times, but I will repeat it again anyway. Please be very attentive and be very correct here. So all the information is very important. So I have already specified my name. I will specify my last name. So which I have already told you that my last name is Galachkina, which is Russian last name. So I specify here. I have already here my cell phone number. So it's already here. So I'm okay with that. So let's assume that I still have some concerns and hesitation about the program to choose. So okay, I can change it here. So here we go. So we can just change the program. Let's assume that I would like to choose some other program. I decided just to switch from data science to photonics and quantum materials, which is a very interesting program as well. Just in case you guys don't know about the program, I just remind you that all the programs can be checked at our landing pages, which are they are student.skoltech.ru. So all the detailed information can be found there. Don't forget about that as well. So after this, the system suggests me to choose the tracks, educational tracks. It's very important as well to choose the track. Just please pay attention to this fact that a lot of master programs at Skoltech have several educational tracks. So it's very important to choose it. So here we go. I can just go briefly through the, let's say, those tracks, and I can see the description here and just like get the description of each one. And I decide to choose very interesting and very promising, let's say, suggestion just to go with the industrial track with IPG company. So it's really interesting. So I decided to choose this one. So here we go. I have already chosen this track. Anytime I can change it. So I mean, anytime, when I say anytime, just it means while filling in the application. As soon as I have submitted the application, so I cannot change it. Here we go. I'm fine with this. I don't want to change it. I proceed. So now I need to specify my country of citizenship, which I have already done, sorry, and I'm okay with that. The next thing, you can see this red star. This means that this field is mandatory, and that's why I need just to upload the files with my photos. So now, guys, I would like just to show you about the photos. So please, again, be very attentive with your photos in case your photo is not that good, so it can influence your successful rate, let's say like that, during the application process. So please be very attentive to that. And now I will show you just briefly what like photos are not appropriate and what photos are okay. So let me share one more time. I will show you. So I just really recommend not to choose like really odd pictures. What do I mean by saying odd pictures? Let me share it. For example, I really don't recommend to choose something like that. You see? So you can agree probably that it's not appropriate, but like every year, every admission campaign, we receive such strange photos, and actually students and applicants and candidates are really pretty sure that it's okay. So no, guys, this is like not okay. Please don't use that. Okay, and we do not recommend to choose the pictures with your glasses as well. I understand that when you wear your glasses in everyday life, it's okay, but just I really do not recommend to choose the pictures with your sunglasses, okay? So, or beach photos. This is my beach photo, so this is not appropriate as well. So please do not do that either. Then we do not recommend to choose pictures with your head, so some like other things on your head, in case it's not your religion part. But if you, for example, just in the winter hat like that, so I will share again. So please do not we do not recommend to use this either. So please don't download pictures like that. Okay, you can smile a little bit. I understand it. Sometimes it can sound funny, but like, believe us, we had a very vast experience in the admissions campaigns, and every year we receive pictures like that as well. So speaking about other inappropriate pictures, all your photos need to be up to date. Yes. So again, we do not recommend to choose your old pictures. Something like that. This is me when I was like 5 years old, probably. Exactly. So And my point here, please use your up-to-date photographs. And again, I understand that a lot of you having great photo sessions, and they're probably really beautiful, and maybe you can consider them really, appropriate. But again, in case you choose some pictures, let me show you one more example. Something like that. So this is not appropriate as well. Probably, I think it's beautiful. I don't know what you think, but still, we cannot see, the admissions committee cannot see the real person by this picture. So that's why this photo for us is inappropriate. And now just let me show what we consider appropriate and what I'm gonna actually download. So this is like kind of business-like official picture where we can see your face clearly, and we do not hesitate if this person who will be passing the interviews or the test will be this particular person. So just for us not to have any concerns about that. So this is the picture, the appropriate one. So, and I'm going to use this one. So this is like business-like official one. So, and I suggest you to just follow this recommendation as well. So let us proceed with our application form. And now I will download my picture, which we have chosen with you guys. It's so now the system suggests us to go to the selecting file process. I have prepared my special folder, so, and I recommend you to follow this as well. So I'm just downloading it, and here we go. Our picture has been downloaded. The good thing is that as soon as you are downloading files, the system usually saves everything. Then the next thing, so I'm just here supposed to specify my sex. So here we have only male and female, so you guys will have to specify, identify yourself somehow within these two categories. So I'm here fine. Then we go with my date of birth again, so be very attentive here. So you need to specify your real date of birth. So, and then just don't, as soon as you filled in this box, it is saved. Here we go with the current country of living, just in case you are living in some other country different from the country of your citizenship. So please be very, very attentive here. It's very important for us to understand, especially in case you are a foreign citizen but are living in Russia. So for us, it will be a good sign that we can contact you within Russia. So it's very important. Anyway, depending like on the country, it's actually, it doesn't matter for us. You can specify any country you are currently living, okay, not the country of citizenship here in particular this field. Don't forget about that. And as well, the same thing about city of living. So I'm living in Moscow, so I'm specifying this Moscow city. And you again, please be very attentive. Now the next thing is to specify how you first heard about Skoltech. This field is very important for us. So again, please be very sincere here, and we pay a lot of attention to this field as well. So let's assume that I first knew about and heard about Skoltech from newspapers or TVs or so probably not, so social media, let's say, yeah. So I'm specifying this one, and here we go. I can here push this button, save, and all the information which I filled in here is perfectly safe. It was pretty easy. I think nothing special here, so we will continue. So the next important thing for us is the university you are currently studying, or the university which you which diploma you have. So probably there are a lot of cases when you are not studying at the moment. It's perfectly okay, but at least just to apply to Skoltech, you at least need to have at least a bachelor degree. So in case you have a bachelor degree, so you need to specify the university of the that university from which your degree is. In case you are currently studying the bachelor program, it's okay, fine. So you specify here. In case you're applying so some other level, so in case you already have some master degree or currently studying a master degree, as well for Russian citizens, we have specialist degree. Again, we can specify this university here. Let's assume that I have a degree, so that I'm that lucky one that I have a degree from Swiss EPFL. But here I can do that, but you need to specify your real university. Please be very attentive to that, okay? And again, so type of degree earned or expected. So in case you are studying currently at the bachelor program, which is pretty fine, so but you need to make sure that you're studying at the last level, at the last year of your bachelor studies, so you can apply, or you have already the bachelor program or master or PhD or specialist, so you need to choose it here. Let's assume that I have bachelor's program, bachelor's degree, and I'm specifying here. In case you're not sure, sometimes it probably can happen, so as well you can change it later. And here, please be very attentive, the next field, which is date of degree, awarded or expected. So awarded means that you have already have your bachelor degree and it's happened like some time ago in the past. And you can specify it here. Just in case you are just a current student at your bachelor program and you're going to finish it pretty soon. So again, you can specify it here, and you can specify here the expected date. So of course, you probably at the moment do not know when exactly you will gonna have it, but you probably can assume that it will be in this or that month. Let's assume that my degree from EPFL will be like, let's say, in the end of May. So I can specify, like, let's say, yes, May and year. So we just 23. So please be very attentive here in case you specify September 1st after 23. So the system will not let you through, because on September 1st, we have our program, like our master and PhD program started. And that's why after that, as soon as the program started, we cannot receive your application and we cannot proceed with your application. So in case you're not sure if you're gonna have this, your degree before that, so I recommend you just to contact your education office of your university and check the expected date of your bachelor degree or other degree receiving date. Okay, this is very important. In case it's like, let's say end of August, it works fine, but please make sure with your education office. So here we have this point with GPA, cumulative grade point average, which is very important here to specify out of what categories you use. There are a lot of mechanisms how to calculate your GPA. Please use Google here, so it will be quite easy. I have already calculated my GPA, so let's say it's 4.50 out of 5. It's perfectly fine. Please make sure that, for example, I can not specify here out of 3 because it's not correct. Yes, you see, so the system will not let you through. So I'm here specifying like 5. In case you count your GPA in like 10 score system, so it's okay. So don't forget to specify that as well. This is very important field as well. please make sure to calculate it correctly. So after the system, our SEER asks to download the diploma, if any. So we remember that I'm assuming that I'm currently starting the bachelor program. So I don't have a diploma right now, and that's why I cannot download it. So I just keep this box. But guys, in case you have it, so you can proceed here and download the scans of your diploma. So you need to make the scans, just the system is receiving only PDF files, so please make sure to have your diploma in PDF format. So for me, I'm currently studying at the program, so I need to download the current transcripts. So for that, so what is current transcript? It's just like basically, in case you have never heard this word, it's just the document specifying what scores for the grade or the grades you have for this or that course or subjects or programs. So usually those transcripts can be like obtained in the education departments or education offices of your university. Usually it's done absolutely fine without any problems. Some universities have it in the online system or something, so you just need to download this. So I have this already. I have already contacted my education department or education office, and they provided me with this file. So I'm gonna download this file. So I have here all my grades for all my courses which I took, and all this is very important for my future application. And guys, transcripts are really important, so don't worry in case you have some like bad marks for some subjects. It's okay, but anyway, it's very important for our professors in the admissions committee who will review your applications. They will go through and they will see how successful you were during your bachelor studies, for example. Don't be afraid that in some subjects you probably have not that perfect grades which you wanted, but still it's really important to show how many courses you took and what results in those courses you have. So probably you need to just take care about that, take care of that in advance. So here we go. We have uploaded everything. So now we'll put save. And now we're perfectly fine. So we are very good, and we could be a little bit calm already because like the majority of the application has been already saved. So at least we don't need to save it one more time. So the next field of our application, let's say block of our application, is professional details. Professionals meaning like more details about yourself. So of course we would like to see your CV here at Skoltech. So please take your time and prepare your CV. Mostly in your CV, we ask you to reflect your education and professional background in case you have it. In case you don't have, of course, in case you're a student, it's quite okay, it's normal, but just please specify what education you have, what projects you were involved in, and everything you would like to be, to shout out, let's say, everything you are proud of. These can be included again in the CV. There are a lot of courses in the internet about how to compile a good CV, so just follow one of them. We don't have like particular very strict recommendations how to make a CV. Just go ahead, any advice is fine, absolutely. So I have already prepared my CV. So again, I'm just selecting the file and downloading here. Again, all the files need to be in the PDF format, don't forget about that. Otherwise, the system will not let you through. Okay, the next important thing for a Skoltech application process is motivation letter. Motivation letter is like one of the key elements of your portfolio to apply for Skoltech. So again, please put more effort here. Don't try to write some super sophisticated essay about yourself. This is not needed here. Try to be very sincere. We have read a lot of examples of the just very typical motivational letters just downloaded from the internet, and we already know it. And we really recommend here to be very, very sincere. I will repeat it because it's very important. Try to write on your own. Yes, why you want to be a Skoltech student, why Skoltech will be a good place for you, and why Skoltech should choose you. These are the 3 questions which you need to answer during writing your motivation letter. And usually a motivation letter should not exceed more than 1 page. It's the optimal thing. In case you would like to write more, it's okay. It's perfectly fine, but still let it be not more than 2 pages. Otherwise, the admissions committee will just not read it. So we have a lot of applications. Like last year, Skoltech had 17,000 applications, and just to read all the motivation letters, which are like 5 pages long, we just don't have time for it. So please take care of us as well. Anyway, you can use, okay, so I understand that nowadays we have a lot of opportunities to write very beautiful texts. We have this wonderful GPT chat, it's great. Okay, you can use it, but anyway, try to be very, very specific about yourself. And don't forget that we have already faced a lot of standard motivation letters which are downloaded from the internet. And of course, I understand that you guys can apply to a lot of universities around the world. It's perfectly fine, it's great, but sometimes some applicants even don't take an effort to change the name of the university. So as soon as at the admissions committee we see that you have the motivation letter for some other university, unfortunately you will be rejected straightforward. So, and again, I recommend and encourage you actually to be very attentive here and just to spend the time on writing a good motivation letter, which is very, very true. Yes, so this is what we really want to hear from you here. I have already spent my time in this for this, and I have written a very beautiful, according to my opinion, motivation letter. I'm choosing it and I'm downloading it. Done. So we're done with that. Then, so the system suggests to upload the research proposal, but please be very attentive here. I'm just reading some hint here. So upload your research proposal, and it's mandatory only for PhD programs. So if you apply for master program, so there is no need to upload your research proposal. But just in case you have it, it's quite okay as well. But it's not mandatory, okay? So here, I just skip this field. But again, guys, in case you are applying for the PhD program, here, this is mandatory for you, so you need to upload it anyway. Research proposals, actually, it's what you're going to do during your PhD study, during your PhD project. And this is, again, should be 1 page long. When applying to PhD program, you need to be very specific, and you need clearly understand what you're going to do. Of course, during your studies, it can change a little bit, it's okay, but still, this needs to be downloaded. But it was for PhD students, for PhD applicants. So I'm still here a master program applicant, so I'm just keeping it. Then we are going to the most interesting part. So we are just uploading recommendation letters. Recommendation letters again is one of the key elements of their application form as well. So here we have this choose recommendation type. So in our Skoltech application, we have two types of recommendation letters. We can just upload it. So for example, I have a professor who has written an application, or sorry, a recommendation letter for me, and he or she kindly submitted to me, and I have it in a PDF format. So I just go ahead and just upload it. I have already done this. So in case you guys do not know what recommendation, from whom the recommendation letter should be, we recommend to ask your research supervisors or the supervisors, for example, at your work, if you had some working experience, or maybe some other professors or people from research projects, like research scientists or somebody like that, who can recommend you, and those persons should have some like good understanding of what you were doing during interacting with them. And we recommend, of course, to put their contact details, because here at the admissions committee, we all the time ask for the contact details, because we would like to contact them and to make sure that you really worked, that you really were in some project with them, and how we were. So we really do that. So we really like contact your recommendation givers. And in case you somehow cheated in this particular field, and in case admissions committee got to know about that, so your application unfortunately will be rejected straightforward. So again, here you need to be very responsible in this particular issue. So we can see here that my recommendation letter has been downloaded, and so I just closing this window. But in case if I want to change it, I can change it before the application is submitted. It's quite okay as well. But it's impossible to change this if my application is submitted already. So again, please be very attentive here, okay? And just I have downloaded one recommendation, but for Skoltech application, we need two recommendation layers. So I will go ahead with the other one. And the other type of recommendation letters can be a blind request, because some recommendation givers do not want the persons who ask them just to see what they recommend, because they sometimes they want to write very true words. And in this case, I would really recommend to choose this one as well, because like we understand this recommendation is very, very true. So you can choose any types you want. You can download both blind requests, you can download both like PDF files, for example. But I will go now just to show you how it works. So this request recommendation. So here we go. Probably I would like to ask for a recommendation from my professor, let's say. And he's a professor. For example, he's a professor in petroleum engineering. So it will be very useful for my future application. I know that his name is Alexander. So, and I know his last name. So again, please be very attentive here, specifying the titles, the names, and the last names, because our application system, our CR, will use this data in order to address this or that person. So it's very important to specify it correctly. Otherwise, for the person who would like to ask for recommendation, would receive not correct email and probably would not be happy to provide a recommendation here. So in case you somehow not sure, so but please be sure in that. So I know his So let me check. So here again, so while specifying the emails, it's very important as well to specify the correct one, because if you specify not correct email, so this email will go to somebody else or will not reach the person, and we will not be able to receive your application otherwise. So I would really recommend just here just to copy the address from the address books or something, just in order to be more successful here. Okay, so I have just to make sure that I'm correct, I have chosen the correct email address, and then I push request recommendation. And again, please be very attentive here. That so now I can see this recommendation pending. Of course, it's pending because it has been just sent, and I have sent it to my professor. And what we recommend in order to have your blind request successful. So we, of course, don't forget to warn in advance your professor that you're gonna ask for the for recommendation with the blind request, and that the system will send, the Skoltech system will send an automatical email to the professor, and he will be able to see it. Just in order to, just to not to have these unpleasant situations when the professor is not receiving this email from us. So make sure that he or she adds Skoltech.ru to their list of safe contacts. Yes, because there are a lot of browser or mailbox settings just in order to have very, safe content. So you need to just to be on the safe side, just to tell them that they need to add this address to the safe contacts list. And of course, remind about the deadline for submitting their recommendations, because here what happens, you will not be able to submit your application until your recommendation giver submits your his or her recommendation. And even in case you have completed and filled in everything in your application, you will not be able to submit it until this professor responds to this request. Okay. So, and we see here that we're still waiting for the recommendation from my professor. It takes some time. So we will just proceed with filling in the other stuff in my application. And anyway, please be very attentive here again that you will not be able to see what your professor wrote about you. Okay, don't try to understand what was it. Only Skoltech admissions committee will be able to see it. So these were two ways of submitting the recommendations. Here you will be able to cancel your request. So here, in case like your recommendation giver is not responding, so you will be able to change the request, and to choose the other type of recommendation submitting. So in case you had jury score, you can specify it here, but it's not mandatory. So, but anyway, it will be good if you had it. It will be useful, and the admissions committee will be able to see that you're quite good in that and like very advanced applicant. So, but again, here it's not obligatory. So other than here at Skoltech, speaking about English proficiency, we receive TOEFL and IELTS. So you can specify here TOEFL score if you have it, or IELTS score if you have it. So I have, for example, TOEFL 90 score 90, so I can specify it here. Research interests areas. I'm interested in photonics because I'm applying for photonics and quantum materials or in quantum computers. Again, it's not mandatory, but it will be good for the admissions committee to know about it. So I will better specify it just to be on the safe side. But again, it's not obligatory. Prospective supervisor. So we really recommend just to go through their faculty members list of Skoltech. So just here we specified for you this particular link. Just going through this link, you will be able to go through all the faculty members here. We have of them a lot here, all of them kind of stars in science. We're very proud of them. Just to be more precise, we recommend here to see the laboratory, just to understand which field you need. All here you can see. For example, I already know what prospective supervisor I would like to have, but again, it's mandatory for PhD programs, but it's in case you applying for master programs, you can skip it. So for you, it's not that important as for PhD applicants, PhD program applicants, for example, because Skoltech master programs are designed in that way that you will have time to choose this or that supervisor. But speaking about PhD programs, you need to know what professor exactly you would like to work with. So in this case, for PhD applicants, it's very important to specify a particular supervisor. Let's assume that I have chosen my professor. I would like to work with Yuri Gladus, for example. Just is a very good professor as well. But anyway, you can specify any professor you want. But the main thing, this professor should be a Skoltech professor. This is very important. Do not specify here some other professors from other universities. So we're speaking about Skoltech only here. And I proceed further. English language proficiency. It's very important. So all Skoltech programs are English-speaking programs, and of course, English proficiency is very important for us. So here we go. You can specify any options. So English proficiency. So native speakers, it applies only to the citizens of USA, or the USA, or the United Kingdom of Great Britain, Northern Ireland itself, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Other citizens of other countries, even English-speaking, are not qualified here as native speaker. Please be very attentive to that. Then you can prove your English proficiency by having a TOEFL certificate. Yes, so remember, like before, earlier, I specified my TOEFL certificate, that I have a TOEFL certificate. And here we go, I'm just specifying this. And as soon as I'm choosing TOEFL certificate, the system suggests to upload the TOEFL scan, which is very important because like, you need to prove it. And I have a TOEFL scan, and but you guys need to make sure that your TOEFL scan is valid, because all those certificates, they have a validity time, and that time usually is 2 years. So make sure that your certificate is not expired, okay? So I'm selecting the file because I have already prepared it. And here we go. So I have downloaded my TOEFL certificate. So the other option here, so as well, I should specify the date. Now, remember I was telling you about the date of your certificate, so that it should be valid. So that's why I'm specifying my date of the certificate. Usually at those certificates, the date is specified as the date of the exam. So it was pretty recently, let's say it was last year, and I'm specifying it here. The same applies to IELTS certificates. So as Skoltech, we receive TOEFL, and the passing score of TOEFL is 80 points, and as well we receive IELTS certificates, and here we have 6 points. So in case you guys have your score of your tests results below these options, below these scores. So you shouldn't choose this, okay? And you need to make sure of that as well. The other option to choose is to upload your university certificate scan. So in case you guys had your programs in English and the medium of instruction of your programs, of your previous programs like bachelor programs was English, you can use this option and upload here some certificate from your university confirming that the medium of instruction of your studies is or was English. So you can upload your file here as well, okay? It's one of the other option of doing that. Just in case you guys had your school years, for example, in English, this will not work. So only your previous education, it should be like bachelor program or master program or specialist program. Only those types and levels of studies can work here. Again, you can contact your education office or like some other different offices of your university and request this certificate. It's like a standard procedure, and a lot of universities all over the world easily can provide such a document. And the other option, just in case you are not qualified for any of this, you don't have IELTS, you don't have TOEFL, you don't have university scans, and you are not a native or citizen of those countries which I listed before. So don't worry, you will have an opportunity to pass TOEFL at Skoltech for free, absolutely for free, in case you pass the stage, in case you achieve the stage of the second one of the interview stage, when we gather all applicants after the successful online testing. Okay, so and that at that point you will have an opportunity to pass the English test. The English test which we're gonna have at Skoltech, it's like very similar to the one like very similar to TOEFL and IELTS, but it's our own Skoltech, special Skoltech English test. So you see here that all those tests, so you can have a lot of options, so don't worry about that in case you don't have it. So the next thing, you can additional field, you can upload any documents which you consider important and which didn't qualify for the other categories which you had. So that this is like usually the field, like the box for your awards, for your certificates of participation in several scientific contests, for your publication in case you have it. Like you can upload here everything you would like to be proud of, and you would like the admissions committee to consider it while your application. Usually we have a lot of our special awards, special diplomas, or something like that. So just confirming that you are very best applicant for Skoltech. So you can do all these things, upload things, all these things here. In case you guys don't have it, don't worry, it's quite okay, it's absolutely fine. But still, you can see that this field is not mandatory, but still, let's assume that I have some special words. So I'm again selecting this file, and it's a special word, and I would like to upload it. And you can upload here as many files you want. So you can see here there's additional options, and it's quite okay. In this block, in this field, you can put some additional comments or which somehow were not included in the fields above. Okay, you can use this as well. But actually, I don't have anything to say to add. So I just put save, and let's see. It's just saving. Oh, here we go. See, like everything is green, which means that I can submit my application. It means that my recommendation giver has already submitted their application. My professor, Mr. Alexander Kritikov, was very kind. And he, like, you see, here he submitted the recommendation immediately. I'm very thankful to him, and I will have an opportunity to thank him later. And thankful to him, now I can submit my application. You see, in case something is missing, so the system will tell you what is missing. So, and this will not be green in that case. But I'm good, I'm done. So, and I will submit my application. Oh, it's a very, very moment when like I'm becoming a bit closer to Skoltech. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck. Submitting my application. Let's see what happens next. Yep, my application is sent. Yoo-hoo! So now I will start receiving a lot of emails from my from the admissions committee. The next email will be about my online test, about the date of online testing, about the tips how to pass this online test. And I will read this email very carefully and will start preparing for my test. So, but all about this we will meet you in some other our sessions, and we'll tell you about more details, how to get prepared, and about the program, what program to choose. It's the topic of our other meetings. And for today, we have covered mainly webinar. Our webinar was devoted to the application procedure. So I know that you have a lot of questions. So let me just go through the most popular ones. So speaking about PhD applicants, we actually here, we are admissions team, we would like you, like all the applicants, to be successful, and that's why we really recommend you to contact your prospective supervisor at Skoltech in advance. You need to understand that all our professors are very, busy, and they have a lot of research work. They may not be very, prompt in answering your emails. So please be patient. So you can send one email, but this email should contain not only like several words like, hey, hello, I would like to be your potential student, PhD student. No, it should be a very polite email saying that you have studied the works of this or that professor, you have devoted some time, so you compiled some CV or some publications list in case you have it, and you can put it in your email, showing that you are a very good candidate. And in this case, probably the professor will be able to consider your request, and he or she will be able to answer you and commenting whether you need to apply or whether he or she is not interested in this or that applicant, right? But for a successful application, we really recommend to contact their prospective supervisor in advance, okay? This will be like part of the job, let's say here. So the other question was, may I take part in the second wave of admissions if I don't pass selection in the first wave? Yes, you can, but please be very attentive here. So you can apply several times, but for the different programs. You need to understand that in case you failed, unfortunately, to apply and to succeed in one way, applying for this or that program, the program already knows you, okay? And they will just not spend time, the admissions committee of that program will not spend time on considering your application, because already it failed once. Okay, and if you apply several times for one program, the result of it will be not that successful. But we understand that sometimes you guys can somehow choose the wrong program, or something went wrong or something like that. So, and that's why we gave you a chance this year. So it's like the novelty of this year's recruitment campaign, that you can have a chance to apply for the other program in the different wave of admission. Okay. For example, first I applied for data science and I failed. Then next wave, I applied for advanced computational science. It's like the program which is very similar to data science, but it's more advanced. In this case, I can succeed. In case I failed in this one as well, so I'm considering some other programs. For example, I choose that I'm more applicable for, let's say, engineering systems. Right? So, and I can probably can succeed in that. So you can try this, but again, please be very attentive. The programs need to be different. Okay, the next popular questions about the entrance tests. So we guys really recommend you to go through the sample tests. If you go to our landing page, students.skoltech.ru, and there are a lot of programs. So let me show you. I will just show you where to look for the sample tests. And we really recommend you to go through those sample tests, and they will show you how to get prepared and what to expect from the test. So don't be shy, please use this. Just in case you failed somehow to find it, so let me just spend the time on it. I will try to share the screen and show you. Just a second. Okay, here we go. So let's go here. This is our application. We are here where you can find all of useful information. Student.skoltech.ru. Here we go. So, for example, I'm interested in the program, let's say Advanced Computational Science. And this is the page of the program when I can see all the details, all the necessary detail about the program, about the tracks, about all the description about the track. And if I scroll further, so I can see the admission part. This is the admissions. And here we go. So we registration. It's like what we have done today here. So registrations means submitting your application in our SEER. Here you go, like our application system, and then online testing. So here we have online examples or tests, examples or samples. And if I go here, so I can be in detail, see the test, how it will look like, and go through it. Okay, hopefully I just covered this question. So guys, I just remind you that today we're covering the questions about the application process. So in case you have some questions about your student life, etc., so we just suggest you to attend our other events. So either to visit Skoltech for the Open Doors events, or either attend our online events, which we're going to have a big online Open Doors, big event, where we will cover all those issues regarding the student life, the education process, regarding other issues of Skoltech life. Okay, So the next online open doors event will take place on March 10. So save the date, and I will be happy to meet you one more time on March 10. Okay. How can we change the name in case of typing mistakes? In case of typing mistakes, unfortunately, you will have to start a new application. This is the one. This is the thing the only one actual thing which you cannot change. So, unfortunately, we suggest you to start a new application. We can, at Skoltech admissions office, we can actually delete your previous application with a mistake in your name. For this, you need to contact admissions@skoltech.ru and or contact us in Telegram or WhatsApp. So again, at the page which I showed you, there are contact details, so feel free to use them. Can we upload picture with hijab? Yes, you can, because I totally remember that in case this like thing on your head is a kind of religious one, so it's allowed. When we should be expecting admissions? Okay, so at Skoltech we have 3 ways of admissions. So the first deadline is March 13. So before that, we need to submit your application. After that, we will invite you to the online test. After that, in a week after the online test, we will invite you, we will notify you whether you have passed this stage or not. There are 2 variants, like the first, this not happy one, that you unfortunately can fail the online test, and we will notify you that we're very sorry, but like, please try one more time, but different program probably. The other like result of this can be that we will congratulate you and we will invite you to the next stage. This next stage will usually take place in the other months, particularly for the first wave. The final stage of this Skoltech selection will be in April 7 and 8 in particular. And during this stage, we will have more challenges. It's like will be interview, English test if needed, in case you couldn't provide some English proficiency proof in your application, and some additional tests needed for some programs. The successful candidates receive all the detailed information by email. Don't worry about that. So anyway, you will be notified. So this is their very first deadline, and we really recommend to participate in the very first wave because you have better chances. So the later the wave, the less chances you guys have to succeed. So that's why I will not now announce the other waves, because we really want you to participate in the first one. The other popular question was what is the last day to apply? So actually we receive application until July 10, but again, we do not recommend to wait until the very final deadline. The competition will be huge by that time. So if you really considering Skoltech as a place of studying of your studies, your future studies, so we really recommend you to apply before March 13. The other popular question: is it appropriate to get one of the recommendation letters from volunteer organization chef with whom I was working several years? So guys, regarding recommendation letters, this recommendation giver should be some person from the world of technologies or from science. This should be like a relevant person, okay? It's great that you had some volunteer organization, probably for some institute of volunteer organizations would be the perfect person. But we're at Skoltech, we are doing science, so we are STEM university. And it's great to have this experience, but for the recommendation, we really do not recommend to do that. So I think that you need to consider your research supervisors, your professors, your project participants, like in case you worked in the scientific project and you had some scientific supervisor. So those persons can really recommend you. So, and those recommendations we consider appropriate. So don't forget about that, please. And in case the recommendation is not appropriate, probably you will have low chances to succeed, okay? So these are the most popular questions, right? So my admissions team says that we covered all the most of the questions. Again, guys, just in case some of the questions were not answered, so somehow they were missed, again, please contact us at admissions@skoltech.ru or in our via our Telegram account or via our WhatsApp account. Okay, so you still have time. Please use it wisely. Remember you about the deadline, that is not routine, and we are looking forward to meet you on the test online. And as well, you need more information about the education process, about Skoltech itself, about the Skoltech facilities and student conditions. Don't worry. So we're going to have this big event, online event, so everybody can participate in on March 10th. So don't forget, save the date, and soon we will announce more details about that with the connection details and about the timing, and there will be some registration thing, so you will need to register not to miss this important event. And we are looking forward to meeting you there and actually at Skoltech. So today we were very successful and just proceeded a little bit. Now you now know about Skoltech a little bit more, and hopefully this will lead you to us. We are looking forward to you. So have a nice day, evening, or whatever you have there. So bye-bye.